back home? You know your way around here?
Yeah, man, that was a long 5-game trip. I know we came home for a day, but that's for you guys. It probably still felt like the road too. You keep your luggage packed on things like that. So good to be back. You know, hopefully we can get our legs back underneath us and regroup and get our edge back.
You talked about when Jamychal came back that you wouldn't have to ease him in because he knows what's going on. How much don't you ease him in tonight?
No, I'm most likely going to start him, but obviously his minutes will be limited. But I got to try to continue to get towards who we're eventually going to be. So I think with him, just because of his familiarity with everything, that we can just throw him in the mix.
Has there been any change of plan or any plan made about Mike Conley?
He's questionable tonight. We're going to reevaluate him some more, but obviously he's struggling. More than anything, I just feel for him because he was so excited about coming out the gates and playing well, but it's just, from day one right now, it's just been a real frustration with this pain. We'll see later on. We'll know more when we get closer to the game on how he's feeling. But obviously this has been really difficult on him.
Did he even go through shoot-around, Coach?
No.
Make it more likely that he won't play then because
well,
of that?
He sat out of shoot-arounds and played, so I wouldn't use that as my gauge. He's done it where we sat him out. Actually he hasn't really done shoot-around in probably 5 games, 6 games, just because of the pain and stuff. So.
Does the gut tell you to prepare to play without him tonight?
I always do. I always do. If any guy is feeling anything, I try to always have a backup plan if he's not playing.
Coach, can you slide over just a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
You were getting so close to getting everybody back. Is this kind of a blip on the, kind of a bump in the road because you still haven't had everybody at the same time healthy?
This is the NBA, man. And you can't get too high or too low. It's just like you start off the season 3-0, and then you suffer some bumps and bruises along the way. And like I told the guys, you just stay with it. You keep working at your game. You keep improving. You keep getting connected. And the guys that's healthy, you play with them. And because you just don't know. Those guys are, we saw it last year in the playoffs for us. Tony Allen goes down right before the playoffs. Somebody's got to step up. And so we like to use these as learning experiences and try to get better from them.
Coach, how serious do you think Mike's injury is, and what are the conversations you've had with him?
I don't know as much as how serious it is from a risk standpoint as much as it is the pain. Mike Conley is arguably the toughest guy any of us knows. He'll play with anything. So for him to really be, this hobbled, obviously he is in a lot of pain. And so, from the risk side of it, obviously if he keeps running the wrong way, that's not going to help us from, compensating for that. But I don't know how much of a risk it is from the standpoint of re-injuring himself.
You expect him to miss an extended period of time, or?
Honestly, I don't know. My fingers are crossed because you don't want to lose Mike Conley at all. Even half of Mike Conley is pretty good. But if it's what we have to do to get him back to a high level, then that's what we'll have to do.
How did the Pacers challenge you tonight?
I mean, they are fast. Again, I say that every game, right? Like, just it's unbelievable how fast this league has become and how coaches have all taken their game to that level. But these guys move. I know we talk a lot about Tyreek being most improved and comeback player of the year, but this kid Oladipo he's playing lights out right now, at an incredibly high level. And they got a lot of good young talent with the old savvy vet and Thaddeus Young, in the middle of that. So, well coached, super tough, super fast, and they create some serious challenges.